Bye.
All right, welcome to the Conformity Farm stream. I'm your host, Timothy James, and I couldn't find the stylus this morning. Kind of a bummer. If I had to, it was one of those situations where I had to keep cleaning until I found it, or tidying up rather. I just tidied up until, I just tidied up until I found it. I mean, there's really nothing else I can do. Was Charlie involved? It's possible. It's hard to know if Charlie was involved, but we found it. That's all that matters. We're not going to run an investigation on it. But it was kind of interesting because I can continue to stream, but I had to restart the stream in order to have like a better clip for the future. So. Okay, here we are. So we got drawings that need to be done, and we are tight on this deadline. So we got to kind of get in here and get out and move on. So we have over here Charta slashing, Charta slaying. And you know what? Actually, you know what we have to do? We have to look at the overall. That's really important. This is a really large document. Okay. So we have this portion of the story. And let's start breaking down what happens here, huh? You guys want to watch me do some editing? I wonder how long the library is open for. I haven't left the apartment enough in the last couple days. Well, I guess I left a little bit. But just to go get things. Not even close. You know, it's interesting. I started doing some research on immigration. And the thing I thought was really interesting is I tried to Google how to get citizenship. I'm a U.S. citizen, so it's not something I have to worry about, but I was just curious. And Google AI was not willing to assist that question. I was really surprised. Tolman. Oh my God. Cool. I'll take it. I don't know how people stream with one monitor and make art. All right, back to it. So we got ourselves our open. If you've read the first book, then you will recognize these things. Then you have this concept of enter charta, which also needs to be updated. So I'm glad I started doing this. Might as well do that shit today. I mean, there's really no other time but the present. Okay, so this would be Charta lands. We're going to change Charta's trajectory. So we have that. We have these guys here. So we meet characters and we get our setup exposition. Oops. Okay. So we have that. Oh, okay. Interesting. So it might be good to add these two layers together. Getting a little messy, but that's okay. Let's push all this work down to the bottom. Oops. It might be too big. You might have to do it with shift directional, which is really what we're going to end up doing. That's okay. We'll just use the directional pad. All right, well, that works. Please don't crash on me. Don't crash on me. Oh, dang it. Whoa, dang. Okay, and then, so we got this. I want to move this up more so then we understand the conflict. Wait, what did I end up doing here? I might have to shut that music off. Okay. There we go. And then we've set up the story right here. Okay. Ah, God damn it. Okay. So these are a little out of order. Okay, let's break this down even more. This is, as crazy as it is, this is actually a huge image. Actually, let's look up exactly how big it is. This is a 500 inch by 160 inches. 500 inches. What is that? 500. It's like 100 feet. I mean, this is huge. I wouldn't be surprised if it crashed. Okay, so let's back this up a little bit more. Okay, so then we have this, and then we meet him. That's not too bad. And then we need to extend this story, which is a little more like this. Okay, and then this would be chart of builds. Okay. And then at that point, it would be good to meet these characters. This would be a little bit better. Okay, yeah. And then we come back and we have and then there's a little fight. They show up. Okay, this is more interesting. They show up and they meet our guy. This is the war, so this is before the war. And they show up and they meet the... This might actually be a really good time to engage the Muddy Seven. So they land, and then they meet our guy, and he brings them back for dinner, and they talk about kind of what's going on. This would be the fight. So we don't want this. Now the question is, at this point, how many pages do we have at this point? We have... Okay, so that's exposition, but we have, let's use yellow. So we got one. Oh, that yellow's not going to work. Let's use green. And so let's get with it. Wow, really? 5. Come on now. I can't even believe how many pages I actually have. 10, 15, 20, 25. So we're 81 plus 59 equals, what is that? 140? But there's also, no, so yeah, it's 140. Cool, so we can kind of end the book right here. And then, yeah, with a cliffhanger. So it's the promise of a war. So that's not too bad. Okay. So this is essentially new book 1. So we have some older stuff in there, a lot of the original, and then we'd have to do Charta's exposition, so I'm going to have to write that. And that's going to add a lot to it too. So that's kind of interesting. I wonder if there's something here that signifies. Okay, cool. Cool. All right, so we'd have to do that. This isn't too bad. I could probably 140. Well, let's do the second book now. What, kitty? Doki. You my little baby. You're my little baby kitten. You a baby kitten. What you gonna do about that? All right, so then we have a lot of these pages here, and we're gonna have to cut some of this stuff, I can already tell. But that's okay. That's okay. Right, kitten? Can you see my kitten caboodle? Aw, Charlie. Aw, Charlie girl. Yeah, you a good kitty. Yeah, you a good kitty. You be a good kitty every day. My little companion. All right, so with this next book, we should start with war, which would be kind of interesting, right? And then we have the fleeing. Then we can introduce, yeah, Colonel Spitz. You don't really need Colonel Spitz in the first one. Cool. So yeah, we'll open up with this. Leading up to the invasion, we might need something from here. We'll see what we get. What do we got? We got you got the invasion. So this is a lot of pages too. So we can kind of match it. Have the cat show up home. Oh, this is part of the invasion response. Okay. At some point, this cute kitten will be moved. But we're good for now. Okay, that's the infection. What? Oh, this is the chef's story. She'll get bored. This is kind of a boring open though. So I gotta be careful with that. It might be better to go like this. What? Look at her. Can you see what she's doing? Nuzzling her head. What? Anything to get some scritches? Please, sir. You got any free scritches that you're handed out? I'd love to have some. Right, little Kiki? Okay. So then we show back up. There's a meeting, an escape. Okay, so then there's a battle that ensues though. That'll hold us over for this portion of the story. So we just got to sort through the space cat situation. Okay. And then we got to figure out where to engage the infection. So if we keep this stuff out, how many pages are we in? Let's check it out, kitty. We'll do what I did last time. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 5, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, 100. So we'll just go back to 5, so we'll say 100 here. 5, 10, 15, 20, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65. So we're at 165. And there are a few pages to engage still, so the second book is going to be thicker regardless. So we can give some up to the other side. Okay, good to know. This would actually be more for the beginning of the book, so we can actually give this to the first book. Oh no. This is almost like a video game. Overcoming the obstacles of Charlie. So we can add 5 to 145. This is 170. I guess I could erase it. I don't have to cross it out. And then the infection should come as soon as they land, which is basically right here. Cool. Wait. No. Did I really draw right on top of that? Wow. Or did I merge those? I can't believe I drew on top of all that. Well, I got to deal with it because the work. That's all right though. It's just not as tidy, but that's okay. It's a bit of a bummer. I should learn from my mistakes. Whoa, where are you at? So is this on another? Oh. Okay, so then what I did was I accidentally drew on some of this stuff. So, okay, whatever. So the first half isn't all drawn on, but I know what these panels are, so it's not the end of the world. Let's try not to do that in the future. Okay. Okay, so we have this and that. I'm not really sure. Okay, we're going to have to push through that. Brrr. Yeah, that infection. Let's move that infection up. I already had that moved up. What are we doing here? Okay. Interesting. What is it, little kitty? You just cold? Huh? You want my body heat? You want some snacks? I'll give you some snacks if you want them. There you go. Eat those snacks. Very food-motivated pet we have on our hands. Okay. So I'm going to have to get into the dirty pretty soon. We have to rewrite for JobBot. We have to rewrite for all of our characters. It's just like a final editing comb through. I'm actually going to use the restroom really quick, so I'm going to go ahead and use one of these cool ads. You know what I mean?
Hello, today, class, I will be teaching you the foundations of science, which the first thing you must understand is science is bad. And I know what you're thinking. If you haven't studied science, then how could you possibly know? You don't have to be educated to have a strong opinion. And if you're willing to believe that, then you're no smarter than stupid people. You can believe that. Dart, dart.
All right. And what do we got here? No, go do something else, kitty. I can't just get filled up with fur all day. She's like, it seems better at here. Huh. What do we got here? Back to editing. Man, I was supposed to have this stuff done yesterday. Man, we're almost out of time. It might be better for me to just take this to the library and comb through it as such. Is it possible to export this as an image? Let's see. We might have to significantly reduce the size, but we can do that by... The size really had more to do with helping me stay organized. It's not really that pertinent in general. Get out of here, kitty. Meow, meow. She's kind of like Jaws or something. Meow, meow. Meow, 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 meow. Let's put it more in the middle. No, kitty. No. File. Export as PNG. Can you make a PNG this big? Well, we're about to find out. I'm just going to put it on the desktop. what do I call it? Image layout. We'll take what we got. One of the big problems is there's a lot of distractions in this room. So there's that. Could be interesting to open that up on Dropbox. Ooh, it's still exporting. Be interesting to see if I can open it up here. So I'll put it on Dropbox and then see if I can download it. Or might be able to airdrop it, but it might be too big. We'll see. Okay. Where are we at here? How big is it? 51 megabytes. I should be able to put this on a... Can you move 51 megabytes through AirDrop? Oh, it's trying. Let's see how it goes. For this next edit, I'm going to have to be very organized. This is going to be one of those things that's going to take a long time. So I'm going to come back here and start drawing, but, oh, that's not too bad. And I think I can zoom in. At what point do we get something? Yeah, Katie, why don't you tear up that background? I didn't really need it. Doesn't look that good. It might be better to do something like this instead. Let's see, does that load right? Okay. So this actually might be a better route. There's gotta be a better way. Okay, so then this would be the first book essentially. Right here. And then the same thing for the second. Let's tighten it up. Okay, cool. So then let's move those around instead. And then I have a couple books with notes in them. I have somebody who helped me with a full edit, no charge. That was very kind of them. So let's drop these screenshots. Say, whoops. these over. Make sure we get everything we need. We'll figure out how we're going to accomplish this. Today's going to be another heavy work day. And I should know exactly. Not taking any calls that I don't recognize. Okay, then we got this and that, and then also, what did we have here? We had some charta work.
Bluetooth device 1 disconnected.
Okay. There's additional notes. Okay, looks good. We got these notes. And that's about all we need. I might have to run back to eat some lunch and maybe print some stuff out if the library isn't offering a printer. You never know. But yeah, so I'll come back because I'll definitely have drawing I need to do. I need to do these red bars, and then I need to black in everything else that doesn't have that existence. And then I need to consolidate everything. And then tonight, hopefully, we'll have a comb through edit, essentially. So, yeah. All right. Well, thanks for watching, y'all. I really appreciate it. Remember to follow and subscribe and turn on notifications and social media, yada, yada, yada. I'm here to create some stuff. So if that's your vibe, then you found